Hi guys, welcome to another week of our online version of WRIT 10. Hopefully you have gotten some great information for your upcoming research paper. And if you didn't conduct an interview yet, please make sure you do so in the next day or two. If you need help finding somebody, let me know. I know a lot of different people that I can connect you with. An interview should be relatively easy in an online environment because you can do it by email, you can do it by phone, you can do a video chat like this. So again, that research component of an interview is really important. And I am super excited to see what you come up with in your rough drafts this week. So here is our class area. Again, I want you to go specifically to modules. Don't pay attention to these other links because you could lose track. Everything here is in chronological order. And we are right here in week 10. So if you click there, you're going to see kind of a list of what we're doing this week, including our reading. I want you to specifically look at the difference between MLA and APA documentation style. And I know you're probably going, oh my goodness, I haven't even memorized MLA format yet. That's okay. You don't have to have it memorized. You just have to have a basic understanding of how these different formats work. Those of you that are going to take any type of art-based classes like literature, music, like music history, theater arts, journalism, anything like that, you're going to deal with the MLA citation style. And that includes all of your writing courses like PAX 3 that you'll be taking your senior year. Those of you taking things like psychology or other science-based courses, you'll be using APA format. So I think it's really important that we go over both of these courses or both of these formats in our course so that you have an introduction to the two most common styles used. There are others, just be prepared. APA style here, this is a good introduction to how your paper should be laid out. There needs to be a title page, an abstract, headers between each main point in the paper, and all of the dates are listed in your citations. So remember in MLA format, you had the parentheses, and it was the author's last name and page number. Now the parentheses will have the author's last name and date. But our motto is still true. Every time you use a quote, you must use parentheses. Keep that in your head. All right, and your only homework, other than the reading, is to work on the rough draft of your paper. Now, if we were seeing each other in person, you'd bring that rough draft to class on, what, Thursday? But this time, we're going to do it online. So you'll post a rough draft to the discussion area, and then you'll have until midnight to respond to those classmates. So normally we just do it during that 50 minutes that we meet, but I know not everybody can be online in a certain time frame, so I'm giving you the whole day to complete that activity. So post your discussion there by Thursday, your draft in the discussion area by Thursday, and all your peer responses by midnight. So let's make sure that that Thursday post is by the time we'd normally meet for class at noon. Okay, so post it by noon on Thursday, peer responses by midnight that night. Now, if you click on next, you should go straight to that discussion area. Oh, sorry, that's my lecture first. So my lecture is APA and MLA, and I made you guys these videos so you can see me talk about MLA, which is an old video, and then talk about APA. And here's the rough draft area. So, oh, I even wrote that already. So noon on Thursday, and then you'll have until the end of the day to post your draft. Don't think, nope, no one's posted yet. So make sure you make your post and then respond to at least 2 of your classmates answering these 5 things, because these are the 5 things that I'm really going to be looking for when I grade your work. So if you're totally confused and wondering, well, what is my rough draft supposed to be about? Let's go back a few weeks, because I know everybody's kind of off because of what's going on in the world right now. Remember back to, gosh, we started a long time ago in week 6 with writing persuasively, and we talked about how do we convince our readers to agree with us. Well, a lot of that has to do with also presenting evidence, ethos, logos, and pathos. So logic is evidence, and that's when we write research papers. So we conducted research in week 8, and I think that is where I gave you the outline. That was the week that the served 12 students were taking their final, so you were supposed to start this logbook on your own. And you see this research writing outline. This is the format that I want you to follow. Those were some possible topics. You already have your topics in your logbook. And then you did your logbook, hopefully that week while the served students were taking their finals. Now, when we came back, that was last week, we talked about conducting interviews to gather more logos, more logic. And oftentimes with a logos, with a logical interview, you're also getting some pathos in there too, because it's firsthand experience. And now that you've done all that research, you're able to put together the paper. So that paper is a little bit different than the first essay we did. This paper is a research paper. So it's going to go over your logbook. It's going to talk about all those methods that you use, the results that you found. What are you trying to prove? Are you trying to prove that you feel better if you drink more water? Are you trying to prove that you'll lose weight if you eat less calories? I mean, some of these things are already out there, and we know that there's evidence to back it up. But I want something that you've been able to prove through your own experiment and through some type of interview and outside research. So you have to do some outside research as well. The final paper is due at the end of the week, so you have till Sunday to finalize it. So here's kind of the nitty gritty on what you're going to be graded on, and I also have the rubric there. It's really important to read rubrics that professors give you, because that's how we will grade you. So I'm looking at, if you exceed my expectations, you've not only done these things, but you've done them better than what I have here. If you meet expectations, you've done these things. If it needs improvement, you haven't done these things. So read through this to kind of see what I'm going to be looking at. And again, make sure you submit that by Sunday. Hopefully everybody's okay with our schedule. I know we've had to change a couple of things, but I'm flexible and able to willing to work with you if needed. But we do want to make sure we have time for the last part of the course, which goes into gender and expectations from society. And that'll go into our final project, which is that blog we talked about a few weeks ago. All right, guys, I will see you in our online discussion. Again, please be sure to submit that draft by noon on Thursday. All right, good luck.